Oh, here we go. Well, Didge, my 1000th favourite woman on the planet. How are you? You've got a friend that likes watching me. All right. What's her name? Electroneum. Well, send us a picture then. Well, looks pretty hot on the surface. Maybe I'll have to see what's underneath. Welcome to this special edition of Savage Crypto. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero cryptocurrency expert. In today's video, I am going to be taking a thorough look at Electroneum. I am going to be assessing the positives, why you may want to invest, the negatives, why you may not want to invest, and then giving my final star rating and letting you know if I'm going to invest, and if I do, what my strategy would be, or what I recommend your strategy should be if you do invest. So let's just start by having a quick like spike. If you want to know about Electroneum, please smash the likes. If you want to basically see what are the best cryptocurrencies out there, smash the likes and hit that subscribe button. Be in Team Suppoman, because Savage Crypto is a series where I look at cryptocurrencies in a dedicated way and you can decide if you want to invest in them. And if you are a member of Team Suppoman, you can essentially recommend to me a cryptocurrency you'd like me to cover and I will cover it. But just before I get into that, guys, essentially the market cap has gone up to healthy volumes, 175 billion. This is just off where the cryptocurrency market was at the beginning of September. It's back. Yesterday was Bloody Sunday, as I said to you, and essentially a lot of these cryptocurrencies have now gone up. Okay? Some have gone up a little bit, some have gone up quite a lot, some haven't moved at all. But the state of play is things are looking healthy and we are back to the healthiest cryptocurrency has been. So let's now move on to Electroneum. So if you haven't yet heard of Electroneum, Electroneum is a British company, right? They are in the UK at last, an ICO in my home country, for goodness sake. And it has hit the cryptocurrency community like a whirlwind. It's basically destroying everything in its path. Everybody is, talking about certain coins, but Electroneum appears to be the constant that everyone is talking about right now. And everybody wants to know my opinion on Electroneum, particularly as I'm British, and this is a British company. All right, so here goes. So first of all, what is Electroneum? Put simply, it's a mobile mined cryptocurrency. Okay, you can essentially download the app and you can mine cryptocurrencies in the background. It's a bit like having a staking wallet where you are essentially getting cryptocurrency for staking a cryptocurrency. It's pretty much the same thing, but this is on your mobile. Most people have a mobile, therefore this is bringing cryptocurrency to the masses. Okay, so this is why it's making huge waves. So let's now go into the positives of Electroneum. Essentially, it's making mining available to the masses. Now, something that is a really difficult area to get into in cryptocurrency, both to talk about, to explain, to go through in tutorials, is mining. Okay, there's a lot to do to set up a mining rig. There's a lot to do with technical kind of expertise that you need, technical knowledge to set up a mining rig and do mining of cryptocurrency. This is basically making mining very simple, very easy, very accessible to the common person. Okay, there's so many people in cryptocurrency right now, a small percentage of them are doing mining. Therefore, this is going to open mining out to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, okay? And this is unique. This is not something that has been introduced by anybody else, and if it has been, nobody else knows about it, okay? Everybody basically associates mobile mining with Electroneum. So this is a massive plus, because they're essentially first to the market, and they are recognized as the brand bringing mining, easy mining, to the masses. Okay, it removes rig and server costs. Okay, so if you basically do normal Ethereum mining or Bitcoin mining, the rigs and the machinery that's required, the power of the computing power required to actually mine is high. okay, which is why a lot of people essentially have mining contracts. They get a mining farm or mining factory to do this, okay, so they can mine it. They don't do the mining themselves. The ordinary everyday person has to get a mining contract, and the people that are in the know are spending a lot of money and a lot of the time not making a profit on the Bitcoin or Ethereum that they're mining, or Dash. So this is removing that massive cost and massive inconvenience from the end user. Now, the great thing about mobile mining, and particularly looking at Electroneum's white paper, looking at the frequently asked questions, everywhere they're kind of active, they are saying this will have no stress on your phone. It won't sink your battery. It won't ruin your phone in any way. It won't make your phone really hot. You know, you can't even bloody touch it. It's so hot because it's stressed out. This is going to have no stress on the phone. So not only is it easy, but it's also unnoticeable. And it's not going to hurt or damage your phone in any way. Now, when it comes to mining on your phone, there is a degree of mobile phone power that's needed in order to generate more of the coins, okay? But that is going to be made more clear in the future, okay? Because essentially what happens is your phone gets assessed for its mining power, and then you mine the associated amount of coins based on its power. Now, you can earn free coins in the background through mining in the background, okay? Just have it running in the background like you do a lot of apps, Facebook and all that. Or you can play a game and you can win the cryptocurrency there. You can win Electroneum there. So you've got two methods of being able to obtain these free Electroneum coins, okay? So mining in the background and playing a game as well. Now, this game is not available on the iOS yet. It's going to be available after the cryptocurrency has been listed on the exchange, because Apple won't accept it otherwise, but it is available on Google. They have much less rules surrounding apps that can be distributed on Google Play, and it is available. I haven't got a Google phone, so I can't look at it myself, but this game is rumored to be some kind of like Sims based game or Tycoon based game, so it's pretty fun. So it's essentially meant to be a fun game by which you can get these coins. So at the moment, all looking good. Now, they have got an active and large team. Now, the CEO has founded companies before. He's got a lot of breadth of experience in the online space. He has an online company. He has experience assembling developers to work on these projects. So he has been in the space for a while. They're a British company, the trustworthy company. I'm not saying it's not trustworthy in any other country, but it gives this element of trust being in the UK. Okay, I don't know why. You know, people tend to trust people in the UK. Anyway, so the fact of the matter is it's got a lot of trustworthiness and they're very diverse, okay? There's quite a lot of team members in various different fields in the organisation. So it's not just technical expertise, it's not just legal expertise, it's not mining expertise, it's not just strategy expertise, it's a whole breadth of expertise. And their advisory board also has some good expertise in the gaming environment and also in the cryptocurrency environment too. So basically, looking at the team in its entirety and their ability to implement the vision, it looks like they've got the necessary tools to be able to do that, certainly on paper. Now, strong community. They have got 125,000 registered users that have actually purchased Electroneum, which is huge, huge. And they've also got a very, very vibrant social media presence too. So as you can see here, 128,000 registered users, so more than 125,000. If we have a look on Facebook, they have got over 11,500 people liking the page and over 12,000 people following Electroneum on Facebook. On Twitter, they've got 5,000 followers. Now, these are typically the kind of figures you see for an established cryptocurrency with a vibrant, active, and defensive community. What I mean by defensive is when things go wrong, there's loads of people getting on the forums defending the cryptocurrency. So basically, they've got a huge following, despite only being available at ICO stage and 128,000 registered users. So there is a lot of interest, okay? 128,000 registered users means essentially a lot of people that are going to be downloading the apps, okay? So if we have a look at Steam, one of the most popular social networks in the cryptocurrency game, that's got 400,000 users. This has nearly got half of that. Nearly, it's not quite, but nearly half of that, and it's not even been released yet, and Steam has been out about 16 months now. So it just gives you an indication of how much this is being spread and how much of a community has already been grown behind Electroneum. So in addition to having a strong community of users, they've also got a lot of hype. So all of these people are essentially going on social media. They are spamming their referral codes. So essentially, if you haven't yet invested in the ICO and somebody puts their referral code in front of you, you can get an extra 1% of coins if you use the referral code. So you would use it. Therefore, people are spamming their referral codes everywhere. So therefore, there's a lot of hype and there's almost an associated interest, monetary interest in spreading the hype because they got their referral links. So therefore, it's causing Electroneum to spread like wildfire. And when it comes to marketing, at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. It doesn't really matter how you go about obtaining it. Electroneum has spent a lot of money in Facebook ads as well to get the message out there, to get the user base. They've been very, very proactive, very, very effective with their marketing. And that cannot be discounted in terms of the future. When you are, invested in it, they are looking to be custodians. They are looking to really help the people that have invested in the cryptocurrency. So you can see that there's a real concerted effort from Electroneum. Now, my positives go on through to the next page, okay? They have already secured listing on Yoba Exchange, Liqui, and Cryptopia, which, they're not necessarily the best of exchanges. Obviously, Bittrex, etc., Poloniex, they're the best of exchanges, but these are 3 good exchanges. Yeah, okay? I've bought some really good cryptocurrencies from Cryptopia. So, so they've already secured a listing and they're going to be working on more as the cryptocurrency explodes in popularity. They are going to be offering an unhackable offline wallet, a paper wallet essentially. Now, when you've got the app, you can essentially have the Electroneum stored on that kind of mobile wallet app. But what they say is to definitely move it all over to the online unhackable wallet to store your coins for the future. Okay, so you've got this offline wallet. It's pretty much unhackable. Paper wallets tend to be the best method of security outside of a hardware wallet. Okay, so this is good that they're providing an offline wallet. Now, they are looking to make a future move into computer gaming and gambling. Okay, so basically, in-app purchases are very, very popular with mobile games, mobile apps, and they are looking to introduce Electroneum as part of that monetization plan, their strategy moving forward, how people can get paid, in a currency that they don't necessarily have to do a lot of work for. Okay, so, you normally have to use your hard-earned money on the App Store to unlock necessary features. But if you can get it, if you can mine it in Electroneum, send it over to a mobile gaming app and purchase stuff, you get stuff for free, even though you're paying for it with digital currency. So this is a very good move, very strong move. Opens up a world of possibility for the future, with other viral games on the mobile app stores, both Google and iOS. If the future Angry Birds comes out, the Electroneum can be a part of that. They're also going to be moving into gambling. That's not my favourite area, I must admit, but it is a way of making gambling or making cryptocurrencies being moved over to a gambling website easier and more accessible. Okay, because at the moment, what exists right now isn't necessarily very effective. So they're looking to basically enable you to earn mining coins, mine these free coins, send them over to a gambling website, and you can use them. Okay, free money, essentially. They're almost demonetizing gambling, whilst also monetizing them, because the gambling websites will still get the money, but it's been free for you to obtain. So this is really, these industries are huge industries. Gambling, online gambling is a huge industry. And computer games and mobile apps, of course, are also a massive industry. Digibyte's in it, and it's just paved the way for something new like Electroneum. And at number 9, the ICO price has been very cheap. Okay, so it's at 0.7 of a cent if you got it during the 30% bonus stage, and 0.9 of a cent if you get it now at the 10% off, or 10% bonus tokens. Okay, but once the bonuses have gone, which is essentially in 2 days' time, 2 or 3 days' time, it's just it's 1 cent without the bonus. Okay, so it pays to basically get in as early as possible. So let's now look at the negatives. We have looked at a lot of positives. There's a lot really to hype about with Electroneum, obviously. But what are the negatives? I'm going to start with the biggest negative. Okay, this kind of counts for almost 5 positives. the total supply is astronomically huge. Okay, the total supply is 21 billion. That is 21 times what EOS is, and EOS is, well, what EOS will be, and EOS is already looked on unfavourably because it's got such a large supply. It's almost comparable with Ripple in its current state for circulating supply, and also it's 3 times more than Digibyte's supply. Okay, and we all know Digibyte's about 1 cent right now. It went down to under a cent yesterday, now it's back over a cent. But the fact of the matter is that the supply is absolutely astronomical. Now, there is 6.3 billion available at ICO, so only a third is available right now of the total supply that can be bought. The rest is going to be put into a pool that can essentially be used for bonuses, is the mining pool, so that, you know, when you are always mining, there's almost an unlimited supply of mineable coins, mobile mineable coins, which is a good and a bad thing. Obviously, it's good because if you just want to earn cryptocurrency, it's a bit like Steam. Steam doesn't really move in price right now. It will once it starts gaining momentum and becomes a behemoth in social media. But right now, it stays relatively constant because the Steam is always created to pay its users for the content. And it's very similar with Electroneum. It's really only good for getting free currency. Okay, you're just getting free coins for you're mining it. You're mining free coins, you're playing for it as well, you're getting free coins. That is the major benefit. In terms of surging in price, you get the volatility with the lower total supply. Okay, so total supply means a lot when it comes to, you know, actually being able to make huge multipliers. So even though this is less than a cent, you know, at the moment, you know, Ripple is 27 cents, okay? It's taken forever for it to move from 15 cents to 27 cents, even though there's tons, millions and millions being pumped into it on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't move massively. Okay, some people have been making idiotic predictions that when this comes onto the market, it's going to fetch $5 a coin. It won't. That's just completely unlikely. It's not even likely to get 10 cents a token, really, in my personal opinion. But it is likely to go up maybe by 5 times during the initial hype period. Okay, so this is massive. This is a huge reason that turns people off Electroneum, because everything else looks great on paper. Okay, but under the skirt, it's not necessarily so pleasant. It's obviously unproven. It's new. Okay, it's a bit like having sex with a woman and not wearing a condom. You're basically taking a massive risk. That's basically what you're doing. Okay, so, you know, you may get her pregnant, you may not. All right, but it hasn't had a chance to prove itself. It's not been on the market a while. It hasn't had the chance for the market to essentially dictate its value. There's some great positives, but at the same time, there's a humongous negative that's stopping it from being able to really make huge multipliers. And therefore, it's a very risky investment from that point of view. Now, in terms of taking a massive risk, fact of the matter is that at a cent, you're not taking a huge risk, but this could plummet to half a cent. It could plummet to 0.00003 of a cent. You never know where it could go. It could essentially wipe out a lot of your balance, whatever you put in at ICO stage. So it's a massive risk, okay? No one truly knows what's going to happen when this hits the market. Now, gambling, in my opinion, does dilute the brand. That's just my opinion. Now, you may be a fan of gambling sites or esports or betting sites, whatever. You may be a fan of that. I'm personally not. I think it's an area that once a cryptocurrency touches, it's bad news, okay? Yeah, there have been some really promising, you know, betting cryptocurrencies, like Wager, for instance, that just completely dive-bombed after ICO. Okay, it's just not a good association in my personal opinion. But you may think differently. But I think it personally dilutes the brand. If they just stuck to mobile mining and computer games, that in my opinion is pretty awesome. But they're looking to deliver this value to all the people that have taken a stake in it. So, you know, this is probably a reason just to basically bring more money into the brand. There is a risk of a large dump on launch. Okay, there's been a lot of hype. Okay, a lot of hype, a lot of people have invested in it. And then on the first couple of days, once it hits the market, that is going to be its absolute testing moment. That is where you're going to know what is the real value of an Electroneum. Okay, what does the market really think of its supply? If there is tons of money pumped into it in the first kind of few days, it's very likely that a lot of investors will dump, okay? Because there's so much hype, and when there's hype, there's money to be made, okay? Maybe not a lot with the 21 billion total supply, although that's not going to be the circulating supply. That's the total supply. But especially with such a huge amount of coins available, right, this could just be a quick flip for people. Okay, there's been a lot of hype, and normally that is the time when you sell a cryptocurrency. You sell it when it's oversubscribed. You sell it when there's a lot of hype. Okay, so there's a risk of a large dump on launch because of the large supply. Because people won't be able to remove that from their minds. They're going to be thinking, you know what, this is probably not going to move a lot higher than it will on launch day. So this is when there's going to be a lot of hype. That's when people are going to be, putting their coins, sending it from the wallet to the exchange, and they're probably going to be selling it. So there is a risk of a large dump. And what's happened recently, with Civic, with Status, with EOS, a lot of them pumped high. Polybius pumped high initially and then sunk to horrible depths literally weeks later and then had to be picked up again. Okay, and some of them haven't recovered. Status hasn't really recovered, so 2 cents. And EOS, well, that is well under ICO price for a lot of people. So there's a risk of a large dump and taking a long time to get back to where it was. So let's now move on to the final rating, taking all of that into consideration. All right, so I give this a 3-star rating. Okay, I give it 3 stars because of that supply. That turns off a lot of investors, okay, which means that it opens it up to really newbies, okay, newbies that do not like to see cryptocurrencies go down in value, okay. A lot of newbies, and I'm not, I don't want to be mean or anything, but a lot of newbies, when they see the price fall, they doubt themselves, they doubt the brand, they sell, okay. So what could happen is that when it launches, although there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of great positives about Electroneum, what could happen is a large dump, and then it will take a while for it to recover, okay? And so I think the supply really stands in its way because it's just one of those factors that makes it uninvestable and also very dumpable if you have invested. So will I be investing? Yes, a small punt, okay? Now, my kind of small punt is different from other people's small punt. I'm not necessarily saying how much I'm going to be investing, but this could be a short to mid-term flip. Okay, this could be, there's a lot of hype surrounding Electroneum, okay? This isn't necessarily long term, okay? So it's good for mobile mining. Let's just have an account, mine free coins, it's fine, okay? You don't necessarily need to buy them, just mine them, okay? Mine them, play the free game, mine them, okay? But in terms of actually investing, this is probably more worthy of a flip rather than investing for the long term because my premonition is that it's going to go up initially and then it's going to sink, okay? I do think this is going to dump when it reaches a high. So purely investing for a short to mid-term period, yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So that, guys, is Electroneum. I hope that this has provided you with a very comprehensive picture of Electroneum, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and let you know, I suppose, make an informed decision of how you want to play it. It's important that I'm very, very objective when it comes to this, okay? It's important, even though this is a UK company, even though there's a lot of great positives, which I went through 2 pages of positives, you cannot ignore the negative, okay? But this is an exciting cryptocurrency, absolutely. Okay, I love Steam. I love the fact that you can just blog and you can get free Steam. It's easy, right? And with Electroneum, you're just going to be able to have it on your app. You're going to be able to mine free coins. You're going to be able to play for free coins. It's got two big industries they're looking to get within and explore contracts. It's not going to have not going to put a lot of stress on your phone. So there's a lot of reasons why to be in it, but I'm not necessarily seeing huge profits here. Okay, certainly not in the long term, maybe in the short term, but not in the long term. This is good in my opinion for a punt, but not very good for an investment. So that's been my take on Electroneum, guys. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Savage Crypto. I'd love to know what your comments are. Let me know in the comments, are you going to be investing? Till next time, guys, it's lights out, all out.